This is a rendering of the Tesla Model 2, what people think it will look like based on Elon Musk's biography, or based on what Tesla and its designer came up with for what they wanted to do, what they wanted to make the Model 2 actually look like. Hello my friends, welcome to the channel, great to see you, thank you for tuning in. I'm Sam Evans, you're watching the Electric Viking. The Tesla Model 2, it will be likely the first car to use a mega casting. In other words, basically a large section of the car will be built in just one piece. It should also use lithium iron phosphate batteries, potentially also gigacasting as well. It's going to be the most cost-effective car for Tesla to manufacture. And interestingly, I think to a lot of people's surprise, Tesla plan to use some of the design cues from the Cybertruck. So I recently read the biography, Elon Musk's biography. To be honest, I didn't really like it. I thought it was a bit too dramatic, and I thought it felt like I was reading like a TMZ novel, basically like TMZ had written it, and the littlest things were blown out of proportion to be so drastic and dramatic. I know people love drama, people love to read drama. I just thought the drama was a bit too excessive. And yeah, Elon Musk's life story is dramatic. I get that. But the tiniest little things became these enormous dramas. So I thought perspective was lacking in that sense. But getting back to the point here, which is the design of the Model 2. Would it look like this? Everyone's commenting on this. People seem to believe this is pretty much the real thing. Is it? No, this is not the real thing. This is simply a design rendering based on what we think Tesla have been saying it will look like. So, will it look like this? No. If it did though, would that be a good thing? I'm curious, what do you guys think? Would you buy a Model 2 if it looked like this? Personally, I think this looks great. I absolutely love it. I love the actual practicality. And when you look at the actual style of this, it sort of looks a bit like a Prius, but with the cab a bit further forward. So I'm a big fan. I really think that big bonnet on the front of most cars doesn't make a lot of sense. And realistically, how much do people use a frunk? Yeah, maybe a bit, but it seems more practical to me to have that space at the back of the car, have a bigger boot, have a bigger rear cabin space, and I think that's what this car achieves. Does it look like it would be a Tesla Model 2 though, based on the size? Well, I don't think so. I think it looks too big. This to me looks like it's a similar size to a Tesla Model 3. So realistically, that's probably pretty unlikely. The Tesla Model 3 is not a small car. In fact, it's actually considered a medium-sized sedan. And the new Model 2 is, well, people believe it will be a small size crossover. And possibly there'll be something like this as well. Looks like a bit like a Prius. And then another version of this, which would be a higher riding crossover type vehicle. To me, this looks like it would simply be too big to match that brief. I think maybe make it 10% smaller, and that's what the Tesla Model 2 will likely look like. Remember, Tesla's got to make a profit. They want to sell this car at $25,000 US. So they have to be able to manufacture them for what? Maybe 18,000 to make a profit. And if you make it too big, everything has to be bigger. The battery pack has to be bigger. The car itself has to be bigger. Now, according to the Elon Musk biographer, Walter Isaacson, Elon Musk was shown concept vehicles of the $25,000 car and the robotaxi side by side in February of this year. Both vehicles are described in the book as having a futuristic design like the Tesla Cybertruck. The robotaxi goes one step further, lacking a steering wheel and pedals. But basically, they're the same car. The robotaxi version, from what I read in the book, is the same car, just with the steering wheel and the pedals removed. Now, does this mean Tesla already have a robotaxi? No, they don't. I mean, they have the design of the vehicle and everything else, but the vehicle can't yet. It doesn't yet have the license to drive fully self-driving on roads in the United States, and of course it's going to be years before it does elsewhere. But do they have the technology with hardware to make it become a robotaxi? I think they do. I think it might take a year or two to actually get it all to work and to get the Dojo supercomputer to train the neural network up well enough that it can actually navigate city streets and have significantly less crashes than a normal human driver. That's going to take a little bit of time, I think. But I do believe the hardware is capable. And so therefore, it's possible we could see a Model 2 robotaxi within maybe, what do you think, 2 years' time? Am I being optimistic? Let me know what you think on that one in the comments. And in terms of the design, to me it looks not much like a Cybertruck and not really all that futuristic. That's another reason I don't think this is going to look like the Model 2. I mean, it really looks a bit more like a slightly wedgy at the front Toyota Prius. That's what I think anyway. I really don't think Tesla are going for that look. They want something that's like a Cybertruck, something that will make you go, whoa, what is that? I love it or I hate it. That's the appeal of the Cybertruck. Now, you would think that would be terrible. The media have said now for years, the Cybertruck would not sell because it was too polarizing, it was ugly, and then all of a sudden Tesla got more than 2 million pre-orders, and it's the most Googled vehicle in the history of mankind. And I'm not talking close. It is times 5. There's been more search traffic for the Cybertruck by a factor of 5 versus any other car in the history of mankind. That is a huge success. So what do you think? If Tesla did bring this out and this was the Model 2, would you consider buying one of these? I personally would. I think it looks great. I just don't think it matches the brief in Walter Isaacson's Tesla Elon Musk biography. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching.